If you want to know how to have elite speed like Jahmyr Gibbs where nobody can catch you, then I suggest you watch this full video, because if you don't, I guess you'll miss out on the chance of getting faster. What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video here at desireLess with your guy KJ, helping running backs elevate and dominate the competition. And today I'm going to break down how you can have elite, and I mean elite speed like no other than Jahmyr Gibbs. Me personally, I think Jahmyr Gibbs is the fastest running back in the NFL and is the closest thing we have to a CJ2K. And I'm gonna break all of that down. For those who don't know who I am, I was a guy in high school who didn't start. I mean, the water boy would get in before me. The Make-A-Wish kid would get in before me. Your mama in the stands probably get in before me. Then once all of those guys, once everybody gets in, then coach will finally put me in the game. But throughout all of that, I still became a Division I athlete. Why? Because I committed to myself, I committed to mastery, and I committed to improving my strengths and my flaws. And I'm going to explain how you can also do that. So we're looking at what makes Jahmyr Gibbs so fast. It's a component of two things. One is that he hits his 0 to 60 very quickly. He has elite, and I mean elite acceleration. And that's what makes his speed look so deadly on the football field, is that he can go from a standing still position to full speed right away. Now, a lot of guys, they might be fast, but it might take them a while to get going. For example, if you look at Xavier Worthy, you look at Jahmyr Gibbs. Xavier Worthy clocked a 4.21, the fastest 40-yard dash ever in the NFL. You look at Jahmyr Gibbs, he got clocked at a 4.3. But when you watch those two, unbiased, if you didn't see the numbers, who would you think is faster? You would think Jahmyr Gibbs. Why? Because he has that elite acceleration. That acceleration what helps football players go from that 0 to 60. Because how many times are you going to have time to build up 40 yards of speed or 100 meters of speed? Not that much. You got to be able to go in and out and have elite acceleration, have elite burst. Xavier Worthy's speed does help him, but he isn't as fast as guys like Jahmyr Gibbs. And even if you're lucky, you might be a guy like Tyreek Hill who has both. He has the elite acceleration and the elite top end speed. Now, looking at you might think of reasons, well, why may you not be fast? Well, reason is because you might not have that elite acceleration. I promise you, if you have that elite acceleration, that will overcome a lot of things like in football. You won't need that top end speed because you can be able to hit your top speed right away. You can be a 4.6, 4.7, but if you can hit that 4.6, 4.7 right away, then you will be fast. If you commit to improving your acceleration, if you commit to improving that part of your speed, then you will see the biggest, and I mean the biggest rewards. The next thing is you have weak hip flexors and core strength. Now, when it comes to once you get past that acceleration phase, when you get into your top end speed, what keeps you going is your hip flexor muscle. Your hip flexor muscles keeps that dorsiflexion, that high knee up and high. And when you have weak hip flexors, that usually means that you're gonna slow down. You ever figure like, man, like, why am I slowing down? I have good acceleration, but when I reach that top speed, it don't last long. Well, your core strength and your hip flexors aren't as strong. So those are ways that you might not be the fastest guy right now. But lucky for you, those are things you can improve. Am I saying you're gonna be as fast as Jahmyr Gibbs? The likelihood chance that you could run a 4.3 and clock 22 miles per hour isn't likely. Can it happen? Yes, but you understand you have to commit to it. And the thing is, having speed is a skill. You can build on top of that. You can get a better acceleration. You can improve your hip flexor muscles. You can improve your core strength. All those things will translate to help you become faster. I'm a living testament of it because in college, in 2022, when I was in JUCO, I ran a 40-yard dash and I got clocked at a 4.7. Now, this was 4.7 laser, and that necessarily isn't the fastest time, but also it isn't terrible, but it isn't elite for where I want to be. So after that time, that's when I really started diving into training. I started locking in my nutrition. I started doing all the things that equips you being fast. And within 2 years, I'm no BS, not even within 2 years from, that was 2022. It is 2024 right now. In literally 2 years, I'm tripping. I am tripping. It is 2025. In 3 years, in 2025, at my UFL tryout, I ran a 4.37. Okay, in 3 years, I went from a 4.7 to a 4.3. That gap was a lot closer because 2023 at Ohio University, I got clocked at a 4.38 with a 42.5-inch vertical. So really, that thing was condensed down into a year. Why? Because I started training with intent. When you want to improve your speed, you have to train with intent. That means I looked at it, you know what? I got to make every opportunity I can to get faster. So what did I start to do? When I was in practice, I started running full speed in practice every rep. I don't care if it was warm up. I don't care if it was walkthroughs. I don't care if it was any drill. I don't care what it was. I was training my fast twitch muscle fibers. Now, when we got into the weight room, that's when I started lifting like a maniac. I'm not saying I'm throwing out 600 pounds and I'm 600. No, okay. I started to train with intent. I started to lift explosively. If you know me, if you know KJ, you know I do everything fast. I talk fast, I walk fast, I run fast, I lift fast. When you start doing everything fast, that will help you improve your speed. And then last but not least is that I just changed my nutrition. Okay, when I ran that 4.7, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little chubby. I was around like 17, 18% body fat, but I switched my nutrition up. I got down to 10% body fat on top of the training, on top of running fast. And then most importantly, I did it for an extended period of time. I didn't train speed for 1 week and like, all right, well, I should be fast. I didn't do it for 1 week or 1 month. No, it became a lifestyle. Being explosive became a lifestyle. I made it a habit to where I didn't have to think about it. I was training explosively no matter what. Okay, you have to be consistent. You have to put it in because you have to do the work that others aren't willing to do to get the results that others aren't willing to have. And if you want to have that Jahmyr Gibbs speed, that's what you have to do. And that's what I did as a guy training from somebody who didn't start in college to go D1 without like any trainers, anything like that. I was grinding on my own as a running back, and that's shown that I can become a freak athlete. And you can too if you apply these principles. Now, if you want to know the exact speed training that I did throughout my years of figuring it out on my own and also working with top tier Division 1 strength coaches, I put it all in a free speed workout guide down below for you. So if you're interested in that, you're somebody who actually wants to start improving and having that Jahmyr Gibbs speed, then click the link down below. You'll have access to that right away. But this is all I got for you guys. This is how you are going to have elite speed like a Jahmyr Gibbs. So start now, start applying it, start lifting intently, start running full speed, improve your core strength and your hip flexor, all of that. And if you want a free workout that can help you get to that, click the link in the description down below for the free workout guide. Now that you know how to master your speed, if you're ready to start mastering your cuts where you can make anybody miss, and I mean anyone, then you need to click this video right here.